Talk us through what it was like to be early 20s and to be doing so well financially.
Yeah. It is a real hard lesson to learn, right? I learned very quickly that it was not cool to be buying a house, buying a nice car, have a nice motorbike. And like, to put some context into the time of it, this is sort of social media's new, Facebook's new. People are like, it's the first time people are kind of posting about what they're up to in their life. And yeah, don't post a photo of a brand new Maserati when you're 24 in New Zealand. Man, the amount of hate you would get, and like just friends would be like, oh, he's changed. And, he's only thinks about money, and, that's all he's interested in. And, in a way it was a blessing. It basically got rid of 90% of the people I knew and I thought were friends or contacts from high school or my early 20s. But my true friends couldn't have, they didn't think anything changed. They couldn't, obviously they're happy for you, but it didn't change anything, so it was really good from that point of view that you went, oh yeah, that's right. This person doesn't care if I make $5 an hour or $50 or 500. Yeah. They're friends with me because we're friends, and we still like doing the same things. We still have the same hobbies, same interest. But New Zealand is pretty bad, so I've made I've earned a lot of money, and then I left all that. And then I still had the social pressure of, hey, Simon's the guy who earns all this money. And you're secretly like, well, I'm actually set up my own business now. And I don't even make minimum wage. And I haven't made minimum wage for the last 2 years. So I'm scraping by on what I can. And that's also a tough thing to manage too, because if people start seeing you as being wealthy and then you're not, then that's when people get into real trouble because they pretend to be wealthy when they're not.
Did you make some smart decisions whilst earning that level of income, or did you get caught up a little bit in the...
Good question. Yeah. I'm pretty good with money. I'm not exceptional, but I'm pretty good with money. So I had had some assets that I had a house. I eventually had a couple of rental properties. I had a car that, I got out of just with pretty much what I paid for it.
There's a Maserati, is it?
Yeah. Funny enough, I bought it back recently at a quarter of the price I paid for it originally.
Wow. The same car?
Well, the exact same model, but not the exact same car.
Yeah. And was the Maserati, was that... Because I feel like guys especially get marketed to cars, women, for instance, a bit different, diamonds. That's just a generalization, but we get pounded with, okay, success looks like a nice fancy vehicle. Were you seeing that marketing, or was it why Maserati?
Yeah, so for me, growing up, Top Gear was my favorite show, right? And if you said, hey Simon, what's your dream job? I would have said being a presenter on Top Gear, right? Obviously I'm not a presenter, that's never going to happen, so I can just create my own Top Gear life, right? So I've done a lot of the challenges that they've done, I've driven the roads that they've gone to, and and one of the reviews of the car was they were like, this is the coolest car we've ever seen, and I agreed with them. So for me, it was a goal, it was a target, but I think me and you talked about this off the podcast, but once I had the car, I don't know, 3 months later, I was kind of like, wait, that's it? I've got all this money tied up in this car, it's not making me money, I don't want to show it off. So I pretty quickly, was like, actually, that's not what's fulfilling.
And then those people that are saying, oh, you've changed, you're all about the money. How did you process that in your early 20s? Because there'll be other people that are in their 30s, 40s, or 50s before they have to experience that. What have you come to learn about that?
That's a tough part of my life, right? You do feel alienated. And you go to parties on the weekend and people are like, oh, mate, my problem's X and Y. And I'm like, that's not a problem. That sounds like a dream to me. If that's your only problem, but they expect because you've got money that you don't have problems. And you're like, no, my problems just have another 0 or 2 zeros on the end of them. It's quite hard. And, at the start, I kind of didn't understand it. I really was like, I know I haven't changed. I know that I'm still the same guy. But just because I show up in a nicer car or not, what's that got to do with anything? So I learned pretty quickly that even that, I've always sort of had the mentality of have it, don't show it. But I really enforced that ever since.
Okay. Yeah. So you copped the blowback and the tall poppy and some isolation and thought, this is probably what some people are saying when they say, wealth whispers, or be careful showing what you're doing. Don't get too flashy, because people will come for you.
Yeah, but the thing to remember is, like I always say, I've never been shat on from above. Like everyone who's more successful than me has never said anything bad. I only got support, like, you're doing great, like keep going, or loving what you're doing, or like, isn't that exciting, or I'm so like the most, that is always from people who are wealthier, always from people who are more successful. And it kind of taught me where people were. Like if they were throwing mud, I was like, you're actually down there, and that's okay. I'm just going to like leave that to the side. But never once did a successful person try and talk down. They were always the most like supportive.